So today we are dealing with class 6 chapter 1 math patterns in mathematics. So the approach of this mathematics will be very simple. Some people will just tell you the basic theory, but here I will be focused more on theory part and the practice. So but we will not be avoiding theory part, because if in NCERT, if the theory is given, it is given for the purpose, and that purpose need to be served. So a 6th class student can read, study this lecture. 8th class student or even a 10th 12th class student can study this. Other than that, a person who is preparing for a competitive examination can also go through it, because a lot of people, the problem they face is they just try to start from the books which are suggested by the teachers in competition, and they make a mistake because there's a gap in many students. They have a gap year, or in the graduation they do not study in a particular manner which is required for study. That become a chaotic in competition. So what you have to do, start from the basic. It won't take much time. Just go through the 6th class, 7th class, 8th class, maths, 9th and 10th. Then later on start solving the questions. You will find out that many of the questions that you are solving now are can easily doable. If you just directly jump to the teacher or another competition teacher, you will not able to learn, because they will start directly from here. Even if the teacher start directly from there, he do not will teach you the basics. So complete the basics as fast as you can. So now here we are going to study the mathematics. What is mathematics, to be very honest? Mathematics in large part is the search of pattern. Search of pattern मतलब क्या है? Pattern, the pattern we see around us, and उसका explanation patterns का. Why those pattern exist, कि कोई pattern exist करता है तो क्यों करता है. Such patterns indeed exist all around us in nature, our homes, school, and in the motion of sun, moon, stars. They occur everything that we do see, from shopping, cooking, throwing, playing ball, to understanding what the pattern are using technology. Okay, so search for the pattern and their explanation can be fun and a creative endeavor. It is for this reason the mathematician think of mathematics both in as art and science. So mathematics is a where people think is as a art. It is a creative field also, and it is a logic field also. Basically, it's a science. As we hope we can science to see the creativity and the artistry involved in discovering and understanding mathematical pattern. It is important to keep in mind that the mathematics aim not just to find what the pattern exists, but also the explanation why they exist. Such explanation can be often used in applications well beyond the context in which we discovered, which they can help to propel humanity forward. For example, understanding of patterns in motions of stars. How stars move, what are the motion they shows, planet and the satellites, led humankind to develop the theory of gravity. ठीक है, जब ये पैटर्न को रिकॉग्नाइज किया गया तो उसकी वजह से ह्यूमन काइंड जो इंसान है उन्होंने ग्रेविटी के बारे में पता किया, allowing us to launch our own satellite. So the video that you are seeing now, it's just because of satellite, internet cables, the TV that you see, the phone call you use, because of satellite, which is revolving around the sun, which is revolving around the earth. A natural satellite is our moon. Similarly, understanding the pattern in genomes has helped in diagnosing and curing disease, among thousands of other such examples. Can you figure out other example where mathematics help us in our everyday life? यहाँ पे आप सभी लोग कमेंट जरूर करें और बताएं कि मैथमेटिक्स का यूज़ क्या है, हम पढ़ें क्यों मैथमेटिक्स। हालांकि how has mathematics helped propel humanity forward? Might think example evolving, carrying out scientific experiment, running our economy and democracy, building bridges, houses and other complex structure, making TV, mobile phone. तो ये सारी चीज़ें जो हैं वो इम्पॉर्टेंट हैं बिकॉज इन जनरली द क्लास वी skip all these things, but here you need to give your time. Think about all this stuff and we will discuss it in the next class. Okay, so now coming to the patterns in number. Among the most basic patterns that occur in mathematics are the patterns of whole numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. ठीक है, the branch of mathematics that studies pattern in whole number is called number theory. Number sequence are the most basic and among most fascinating types of pattern that mathematicians study. Table number 1 shows some key point the studies in mathematics. So नंबर सीक्वेंस के बारे में देखते हैं. 1 1 1 1 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. इसको क्या बोलेंगे? काउंटिंग नंबर्स. 1 3 5 7 9 11 13 ये है दोस्तों ऑड नंबर. 2 4 6 8 10 12 14 इवन नंबर. अब ये सारी चीज़ें आपको पता होंगी शायद. 1 3 6 10 15 28 ट्रायंगुलर नंबर. ये है दोस्तों स्क्वायर्स. 1 4 9 16 25 36 49. अब दोस्तों क्यूब को समझते हैं. 1 8 27 64 125 2 1 6 आर द क्यूब्स. 1 2 3 5 8 13 21 Brahmana numbers. This is very important because this is newly introduced in this book. So power of 2. 1 2 4 8 16 32 64. Power of 3. 1 3 9 81 243. Okay, can you recognize the pattern in each sequence in table 1? Rewrite sequence table 1 notebook along with the next 3 number. After the each sequence, write the rule forming the number in the sequence. Okay, ये actually homework है. 1.3 दोस्तों. Many number sequence can be visualized using pictures. Visualizing mathematical objects through pictures or diagram can be very fruitful way to understand mathematical patterns and concept. Let us represent the first sequence table 1 using the following pictures. अब ये दोस्तों पिक्टोरियल रिप्रेजेंटेशन है सब नंबर का. फॉर एग्जाम्पल 1 1 1 1. ये जो डॉट देख रहे हैं 1 डॉट 2 डॉट 3 डॉट 4 डॉट 5 डॉट 1 डॉट 3 डॉट 5 डॉट 7 डॉट 9 डॉट. दिस इज ऑड नंबर. 2 4 6 8 10 as you can see, count them, and this is all the stuff. So स्क्वायर्स की अगर हम बात करें 1 2 4 9 4 का स्क्वायर 5 का स्क्वायर एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ. 1 का क्यूब 2 का क्यूब 3 का क्यूब 4 का क्यूब 5 का क्यूब. See, and how it is written elaborately. 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. We multiply 25 into 5. 5 5 are 25 2 and 10 12 125. तो इसका ऐसे ही आंसर आता है क्यूब का. So this is the exercise that you have to do. Now 1.4 relation among the number sequence. Sometimes number sequence can be related to each other in surprising way. Example: what will happen when we start adding up odd numbers? For example, अगर हम ऐड करेंगे odd numbers को तो क्या होगा? 1 plus 3 will come out 4. 1 plus 3 plus 5 will come out 9. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 will come out 16, as goes on. It is a really beautiful pattern. We can see 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36. Why does this happen? Do you think it will happen forever? The answer is that pattern does not happen. Pattern does happen forever, but why? As mentioned earlier, the reason why the pattern happened is just as important and exciting as the pattern itself. दोस्तों पैटर्न जितना होता क्यों है ये जानना इम्पोर्टेंट है, उतना इम्पोर्टेंट ये भी इम्पोर्टेंट है पता करना कि वो उतना एक्साइटिंग होता क्यों है. A picture can explain. Visualizing with the picture can help explain the phenomena. Recall the square number are made by counting the number of dots in the square grid. How we can partition the dot in a square grid into odd number? Think about that. No picture make it evident that. So 1 किया इन्होंने, फिर इसके बाद 3 डॉट डाले. दे आर डिवाइडिंग ऑड नंबर्स को. 5 इधर पे, 4, 3, 7, this is 9, this is 11. When you all add that, it will come to. Because of such picture that can be made a square of any size, this explained by adding up odd numbers give us a square number. Okay, so if we add any two number which are odd, they will give us a square number. By drawing similar picture, you can say what is the sum of first odd number. Okay, now imagine similar picture by drawing its partially. We can say sum of first 100 odd numbers. Can you find a similar pictorial explanation? Patterns in shape. Other important and basic part that occurs in mathematics are pattern of shape. These shapes may be 1, 2, 3 dimensions, 1D, 2D, 3D, or even or more dimension. The branch of mathematics that studies pattern shape is called geometry, जो कि हम आगे देखेंगे. Shapes and sequences. One another important type of shape sequence mathematicians study. Follow few key shapes and sequences that are studies in mathematics. Example of shape sequences: triangle. This is called a triangle. This is called quadrilateral. This is called pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon, decagon. For example, why this is called triangle? Because it has 3 lines enclosed. Okay, quadrilateral triangle 3, tri मतलब 3, quad मतलब 4, पेंट मतलब 5. इसको जब आप ब्रेक करोगे गिनोगे तो इसमें जो है ना 5 साइड होंगी. 1 साइड, 2 साइड, 3 साइड, 4 साइड एंड 5 साइड. तो ये पेंटागन. इसी तरीके से इसमें 6 साइड होंगी, इसमें 7. कंप्लीट ग्राफ्स K2, K3, K4, K5, K6. स्टैक्ड स्क्वायर्स, स्टैक्ड ट्रायंगल. ठीक है, रेगुलर ये पॉलीगन्स इनको बोलते हैं, इसको ग्राफ्स में बोलते हैं, इसको स्टैक्ड स्क्वायर्स बोलते हैं, स्टैक्ड ट्रायंगल्स. कॉच स्नोफ्लेक. Can you recognize the pattern in each sequence in this table 3? Try and review each sequence in table 3 in your notebook. Draw. अब दोस्तों चलते हैं रिलेशन टू नंबर सीक्वेंस. ऑफन शेप सीक्वेंस आर रिलेटेड टू नंबर सीक्वेंस। शेप सीक्वेंस जो हैं दोस्तों वो रिलेटेड होते हैं नंबर सीक्वेंस से इन सरप्राइजिंग वे। सच रिलेशनशिप कैन बी हेल्पफुल इन स्टडिंग and understanding both shape and sequence and related number sequence. For example, the number of sides in the shape sequence of a regular polygon is given by counting number 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is why these shapes are called regular, triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon, decagon, respectively. The word regular refers to the fact that these shapes have to be equal length and also equal angle. The side looks the same and the corner also look the same. We will discuss angle in depth in the next chapter. So now we are coming back to the summary. Mathematics viewed at the search for the pattern explanation and why those patterns basically exist. Among the most basic pattern that occur number sequence. ठीक है, some important example of number sequence including the counting odd numbers, even number, squares number, triangle numbers, cube number, Brachna numbers, and the power of 2. Sometimes number sequence can be related to each other in a beautiful and remarkable way. For example, adding up a sequence of odd numbers starting with 1 giving a square numbers. Visualizing number sequence with a picture can help to understand sequence and relationship between them. Shape sequence or another type of basic pattern in mathematics. Some important example of sequence including regular polygons, complete graphs, stacked triangle and squares. Couch snowflake, rotation shapes sequence also exhibit many interesting relationship with the number sequence. So this is the exercise which we will solve in next class.